Hello everyone, and welcome to another part of my music pickups video series. It's been a few weeks since my last video, so let's just get right to it. I have quite a bit of stuff to go through. First we have the Offspring Smash. Pretty much their breakthrough album. Some good songs on here. Bad Habit, Gotta Get Away, Come Out and Play, Self-Esteem, and the title track. I was looking for this album for a while, and I'm glad I finally found it. Next we have Green Day's Cuatro. This is not an album, it's a DVD, The Making of Uno, Dos, and Tre. You know, I've been listening to the Uno, Dos, and Tre trilogy a lot lately, and I have to say it's actually not as bad as I thought it was initially. I'm still not a big fan of Dos, but Tre has some really good songs on it, like 99 Revolutions and Dirty Rotten Bastards. But yeah, it's grown on me, and this is a DVD. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm a big Green Day fan, which is surprising considering half the stuff I listen to, but yeah, look forward to watching that. Next we have a really underrated band, The Sword. This is from 2010, Warp Riders. Very good album. It's a concept album. I'm still not really sure what the hell it's about, but there's some really good songs on here. This band is basically kind of like Black Sabbath. That's what they remind me of, like the riffs. But they have really good music, and it's a shame I couldn't find their older albums like Age of Winters and Gods of the Earth, because those albums are just amazing. But their new stuff is really good too. And we have The Sword's latest album, Apocryphon, I guess it's called. Yep. The tracks aren't on the back, you have to open up the sleeve here. But this is a really good album. I'd say it's better than Warp Riders, actually. Some really good stuff on here. This is a fairly new release too, 2012. So they're still making music, which is nice. Next we have Slayer with Hell Awaits. I believe their second album. I listened to it once. I can't really remember any tracks that I really liked. Crypts of Eternity I think was really good, but I'll have to listen to it again. It's not really fresh in my memory. I'm still looking for Show No Mercy and Seasons in the Abyss, but they're really hard to find. But yeah, pretty surprised I found that one actually. Next we have Avenged Sevenfold, All Excess. This is a DVD. It has a documentary, some music videos, live songs, outtakes, a bunch of other shit. I haven't really watched it yet, but I'm not really a big fan of these guys anymore, but you know, I've seen this there, and so I'd add it to the collection, I guess. Next we have Dream Theater, Scenes from a Memory. Considered to be their magnum opus, I believe. I've listened to it once, but I can't really remember too much. I assume it's really, really good from what everybody's been saying. Kind of like a concept album, but yeah, look forward to listening to this 1999 release. Next we have Dream Theater, Octavarium. I've listened to this one. This is a very good album. My favorite tracks, These Walls, Panic Attack, Sacrifice Sons, and the title track are probably my favorite, just from first listen. Yeah, really good album. This one's from 2005. Dream Theater Systematic Chaos Special Edition. Haven't listened to it yet. I do know one track from the video game Rock Band, that'd be Constant Motion, which is a really good track. But I have to listen to this. It's from 2007. August Burns Red, Messengers. Not exactly my favorite album of theirs. In fact, I find a lot of these guys' stuff like hit or miss. Like a lot of it is just generic metalcore, but they do have some good songs. Leveler is probably my favorite album by them. I do have it. I showed it in a previous video. But this is the third album that I have by these guys. And I believe they have like 2 more or 3 more. But the HMVs, the 2 HMVs I go to don't carry them. 9 Inch Nails with Teeth. I've been listening to these guys a lot lately. Like, I don't know, they're just really good. It took me a while to figure that out. But this has some really good tracks on it. I haven't listened to it all yet. But Every Day is Exactly the Same and The Hand That Feeds are really good. I think Only's really good too. I'll have to listen to the rest of that. I think I only listened to like half the album so far. Soundgarden, Super Unknown, 20th Anniversary Edition. There's a shitload of bonus content here. A lot of demos, rehearsals, alternate versions, instrumentals. But the actual album is remastered. Some good songs. I don't know a whole lot. Once again, I haven't really listened to it, but I do know some tracks. Fell on Black Days, Black Hole Sun, Spoon Man. The Day I Tried to Live is probably my favorite off of here, but I'll have to listen to the whole thing. Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power. I'll have to listen to it. I haven't listened to it yet. The first song I do know, and it's amazing, Mouth for War. That has like a beastly riff. But I'm not the biggest fan of these guys, but, you know, it was cheap, so whatever. And we have Pantera, Far Beyond Driven. This is also a anniversary, I believe, 2014. So I believe it's also a 20th anniversary. As a bootleg live disc as bonus content, which is nice. I do like this packaging. It's nice and blue. I like blue. But yeah, that's a, I don't know, I think it's kind of a mediocre album. I'm not a big fan of it. Nirvana, Live at Reading. This kind of surprised me. I wasn't looking for it, but I happened to see it and I picked it up. It was only $8. So yeah, live album. They play, I believe they play like every song from Nevermind except for Something in the Way and the hidden track, which is pretty awesome because that's my favorite album of theirs. Which kind of, you know, cliche. Everyone loves that album, but whatever. That's a good album. I listened to that already. Faith No More, The Real Thing. I only know the first 2 tracks from Rock Band, From Out of Nowhere and Epic, but I really, really like those tracks, and I'm probably going to like this album once I get the time to sit down and listen to it. This was another release that I wasn't really looking for, just happened to see it. Yes, with the Yes album. Good old progressive rock. This is a pretty good album. I've listened to it already. The 2 best tracks are the 2 tracks I already knew before going into this. I've Seen All Good People and Starship Trooper. Clap is kind of interesting though. That's kind of like a solo acoustic piece, which is pretty cool. But Starship Trooper is like amazing. Has a really epic build up near the end. That's a pretty good album, I guess. Iron Maiden, Somewhere Back in Time, the best of 1980 to 1989. So yeah, just a best of album. They cover a lot of their good hits. I would have liked to see The Flight of Icarus and Rime of the Ancient Mariner, but they cover that decade pretty good here. Children of the Dam's on here, which is kind of surprising. That's a good song. Iron Maiden, Flight 666, the original soundtrack. 2-disc live album. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariners on this one, which is cool. I believe it was the first time they played it in 20 years or something, which is awesome. But yeah, pretty good album. Still looking for the X Factor and Dance of Death, the last 2 studio albums I need. Next we have Death with Symbolic. This is the expanded edition, it's a reissue. Yeah, Death, I believe, were considered to be the first death metal band ever or something. I don't know if that's true. But these guys are really good. My favorite tracks, 1000 Eyes is really good. The title track, Perennial Quest. Some really good stuff on here. And Death's last album, The Sound of Perseverance. I wasn't even looking for this because, as far as I knew, like, they didn't have it, but I just seen it there the last time I went up, and it kind of surprised the shit out of me. This is also a reissue, bonus disc with a bunch of demos and rehearsal takes. But this was their last album and probably their best. Some really good tracks on here. Spirit Crusher is amazing. Flesh and the Power It Holds. A Moment of Clarity. And of course, Painkiller, their awesome cover of the Judas Priest classic. Just really, really good. And my last CD is Silversun Pickups, Carnavas. Been looking for this for a long time. I'm so glad I found it. I only know 3 songs. Once again from rock band, Melatonin, Well Thought Out Twinkles, and Lazy Eye. Lazy Eye is really, really good. It's like one of the best indie rock songs of like all time. It's just really good. Have to listen to this one. I'll probably like it. And that's it for my CDs, but I did pick up 2 vinyls, even though I don't even have a record player, but I do plan on getting one in the future. First one is Green Day's Dookie. One of my favorite albums of all time. I had to pick it up. It was $30. Not really a bad track. Honestly, they're all really, really good. And my second and final vinyl, Megadeth's Rest in Peace. Probably in my top 5 or top 3 favorite albums of all time. Plus it was only $25, I had to pick it up. Just an amazing album. So yeah, I've got 2 vinyls to add to my collection, and there were a lot more vinyls there that I do plan on picking up, if they're still there. Like, I've seen Peace Cells there, and Marshall Mathers LP. But that's it for this video. My CD tower is getting very, very, very full. Don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, thanks for watching.